This is our ecology presentation. On our first trip, we went to the Walter State Bike Trail. It was 72 degrees Fahrenheit and the weather was sunny and clear. The first early edge species we came across was goldenrod, and its color is yellow or golden. It causes allergies and it is a native wildflower here in Tennessee. The next early edge species we came across was aster. Its color is white. This plant has tiny petals. It is a common fall wildflower, and it is also a native flower. The next early edge species we came across was ironweed, and its color is purple, and it's a fall wildflower. The next early edge species we came across was thistle, and its color is purple. It is a little lighter shade of purple though. It is a fall wildflower. It has various stages of growth, and goldfinch love to eat this plant. The next early edge species we came across was bush honeysuckle. It is a native wildflower. It resembles holly, and it is a mass plant that helps feeding birds and other small animals. The next early edge species we came across was black locust, which is a tree that grows in poor soil. It's a hardwood tree. It has paired thorns at the node of the branches. It has absorbed leaves that do not change color. It is native, and it starts as an early edge species, but it can go to a middle. Our first middle species we came across was the Virginia pine. It is a common pine tree in East Tennessee. One needle is a double needle. It holds onto its cones, so in the spring 99% of its cones are male, and in the fall most of its cones are female. It is located in the middle forest, and it causes pollen in Tennessee. The next middle species is ash, so this will become a mature forest. It's green or white. It has crisscross egg-shaped bark. It is a hardwood tree, and the bug emerald ash borer can kill these trees till they go extinct, and it looks like a regular tree. The next middle species is the American beech. So this will grow into a late mature forest. It has smooth bark. It produces the beech nut. It loses leaves in the spring, not the fall. It's a hardwood tree. It's a slow grower, and it's also a twist grower.
This is a wild black cherry tree. It is a late succession species. It is highly toxic to horses and cattle. It has small, simple leaves. The bark is horizontal. The leaves can produce cyanide, and it will become a mature forest tree. While on our trip, we briefly saw a rabbit on the trail. It was in a shelter made of fallen branches, but it was scared off as we approached. It was in the shelter to hide from predators. We also saw this spider, which we think is a wolf spider or a dark fishing spider. It is using camouflage to hide from its prey. As we came back along the trail, it had not moved much. It was identified using Google. We also saw these assassin bugs, which we identified using Google. They appear to be feeding on this skull. We also saw these shelf fungi, which are decomposing this tree. Unfortunately, we forgot to photograph the tree they were growing on, so we are unsure if they are parasitic or not. We also saw these lichen. Lichen are a symbiotic relationship between protist and fungi. This is the crustose variety. On our second trip, we went much later in the fall. The temperature was around 50 degrees Fahrenheit, and the weather was sunny and clear. As you can see, flowers are retreating due to colder temperatures and less sunlight. On our second trip, we did not see nearly as many wildflowers. Some trees had lost leaves while others had not. Deciduous trees lose their leaves to survive harsh weather conditions in the winter and conserve water. The sap moves down to the roots, causing the leaves to die and fall off. On our second trip, there were no animals present. Some animals died or were hibernating. The fungi were more noticeable because it was colder, thus providing them with better environment to grow.